I had a few problems yesterday with my internet. I hope y'all will forgive me. And today I'm trying even more things. I live down in South Louisiana, and y'all may or may not know there was a big storm in Houston the other day, and it affected my internet provider, I guess, in some way. But today I have internet, and I'm trying to mimic Michelle. If those of you who are from our community will understand who that is. But she is so very successful that I wanted to be as good as she is. No, I'll never be as good, but I'm going to mimic success and see if I can get there. So let me know where you're from in the comments. Let's just keep a little bit moving. Excuse me if my mimicking Michelle is I've got YouTube going live also, and it's the first time I've ever done that. And I don't know what I'm doing. So let me just say, if you're afraid that you're not going to be able to be professional and have all the answers and know what you're doing 100% of the time, I don't. And I've just decided I'm going to get out there and work as hard as I can and make it work and not worry too much about if I mess up, I mess up. And I hope that you'll forgive me. I've got something to teach you. I've got something to share. And I think that if you can forgive my technical gaffes, then we will get through this. So we're going to talk about digital marketing today and the 5 steps to being successful. So I wanted to show, I'm going to start with this. And for me to write in my lap, it's going to be down here, but I'll pull it up and show it. You guys can screenshot it whenever you want to. And we're going to start with a product. How many of you have ever been in an MLM? If you have been in an MLM, raise your hand, put a 1 in the comments. That seems to be the better thing to do. If you've been in an MLM, put a 1 in the comments. Where you've had somebody above you, somebody below you, and somebody beside you, a bunch of people making money. And you might have made 25% off your product. Commission. Which means you don't own that product, somebody else does, and they get paid for their ownership of that product. So the 75% goes someplace else. We've got a product that is going to provide 100% profit. It's not commission, it's profit. And the difference is you will be owning your own company. Therefore, any monies that are made are profit. You don't have to pay anybody else except the federal government. We can't get around that. I don't want to. Want to pay my fair share of taxes. But 100% profit. So if you've got a $900 product, let's see if I can make this work. What is 900 times 0.25? $225. But if you've got a $900 product over here, you're going to make $900. So which do you think is better? Duh. Obviously, $900 is better. There's a mathematical way, and I can't do it right now because I get a little flabbergasted being live, but you could figure out mathematically how many pieces of product you would have to sell to make this $225. And maybe by next week, I'll have figured out how to do that and be ready to share it with you on here. Oh, come on now. My eraser's not going to work. So we have a perfect product. And it's a digital product. The e-commerce business is growing by leaps and bounds. And to have a product that you can buy, invest in the master resale rights and turn around and resell it to somebody for 100% profits is perfect. The perfect storm, the perfect scenario. You can start your own business. I do like to talk a little bit about with this product, there are many levels you can get in. Four levels you can get in: 100, 300, 600, or 900. And there are payment plans. Let's see if this eraser works a little better. There are payment plans. So if you don't have all of the money immediately, there are payment plans. There's also an upgrade possibility. When you do an upgrade and you go from, let's say you wanted to start at 1 and you get the launch pad. When you do an upgrade to the digital mastery level, then what happens is you only pay the difference between 100 and 300, 200 if you do it within the first 30 days. Again, when you go from 300 to 600, if you do it within the first 30 days, you only pay the difference. You don't have to pay the entire amount because you've already invested in this business. Hey, Caro, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that I'm not welcoming everybody. You are welcome, and I'm glad that you're here. So it's good to share a little stuff with you. So with your automation, you set your website. They build the website. You just have to go buy a domain name and plug it in. And then you send that to people. Ours is beingpoorsucks.com. So when people get on there, they'll share their email, and we can communicate with them through newsletters. We send them an excellent blueprint on how to do things. We send them information that helps them learn about the program, and then they can communicate with us through email. And we will happy to answer any questions through email and just go back and forth, making sure that you get your questions answered. But it's a recurring income process. Sorry, sometimes I stumble for words. And what I mean by that is once I put the information out there, 4 years from now, somebody can find, things never disappear on the internet. So 4 years from now, somebody can find it on the internet, go to beingpoorsucks.com. I didn't have to do anything extra. My word, my information, my business is out there working for me on an automated basis. There's no extra steps to be taken. So we've got the perfect product. I'm not going to erase that just because I'm having problems. And we've got the automation, which is given to us. When you invest in the legacy program, you get 4 streams of income. That product is 4 streams of income. If you invest in the bottom, then you get 1 stream of income, then 2 streams, and 3 streams, then 4 streams as you work up to where you want to be. The best bargain is the legacy builder. And I would suggest you start there because you're going to get the most information and the most opportunity to build the business that can build a legacy for your family, and which is what I want to do. I don't know if I even took time to introduce myself. Maybe I should do that. Well, maybe you're here because you already know who I am. I'm Deborah. I'm co-founder of the Saoirse Group. I've been married 30 some odd years. I have 2 grown children, 1 baby, and we used to flip houses for a living. We just came to the point where we had to find something different to do, and digital marketing has been the solution to that problem. The interest rates killed us. Nobody wanted to buy a house at 7% interest rates. We've had to turn it into a rental. So this is another way for us to have a passive stream of income that it's only a 2 to 3 hour workday. It's really easy to do. And you just have to get over that fear of your face being out there in public. So Captain Lynch, good to see you. What is the third thing you need? You need to discover your audience. So the way that we do that is they will teach you how to make interesting pieces of content. Mine aren't that interesting, but you put them out there. People find your stuff and go into your funnel. Then they're on an automated business plan, and you can tell them, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see worth a hoot either. I have to get up here close to see. But then you tell them a little bit about the system through, once you get them in the automation, then they learn a little bit about the system and you discover who your audience is. There's a training module inside that helps you walk through who's your perfect client. My perfect client is someone who's like me, who reached the age of 63, is ready to retire, and the economy has shrunk our dollars so much, we can't retire early. Now, technically, I guess I'm not that far from retiring, but we want to move up next to the grandbaby and live the kind of life that we've all dreamed of in retirement. And that is not currently possible. So the economy has shrunk my dollars. We set a benchmark. We reached a benchmark. Then we realized we can't go. We can't. We have to work a little bit longer. So this product is helping us generate a secondary income so that hopefully we can go before long. We can move north and live near our children and grandchildren, which is the dream. Being in South Louisiana has been a blessing. It's been a very excellent time for us. David has an excellent job that he loves, but we all want to retire and go live in the lake, in the mountains on the lake, or at least that's what I want to do when I retire. What do you want to do when you retire? Just put in the comments what you want to do when you retire, if you're my perfect customer. There's also a perfect customer would be somebody who's in debt. Maybe you've got school loans. Maybe you just had a wreck and had to buy a car before you were prepared and had to borrow more than you expected. I don't know. We've all got debts. Maybe you had a wild Christmas and spent too much money. Maybe your plumbing, your sink broke. We had that happen. And you had to replace all the flooring in your house when you least expected it. We've all incurred debt. I don't say we've all have. It's not hard to incur debt at any point in time. And having this secondary income, discovering who can benefit from this is tantamount to what we need to be doing. So one of the things as I'm reading about having an online presence, being on TikTok, being on YouTube, is that we always need to provide value. Well, for me, what better value can I provide than to show you a way that you can have more of what you dream of? You can have more time freedom. You can have more financial freedom. And listen, time freedom is the most important. You cannot get your time back. Financial freedom is almost necessary to have time freedom, unless you had a wealthy mom or dad and got everything. That's all well and good. But in order for us to live the kind of life that I think we all dream of, we have to have the financial freedom and the time freedom to be able to go and see and do and enjoy life. Let's put in the comments, what's your favorite hobby? What's your favorite hobby? Does anybody have a very expensive hobby? Now, it is not a hobby of mine, but I have jumped out of an airplane. It wasn't cheap. I did it when I was in my 50s with my daughter because it was her birthday and we share a birthday and we had a great time. But, some people have that hobby. They want to jump out of that plane all the time. So traveling. Yeah, a lot of people want to travel. Do you have any idea how much it costs to go to Europe these days? That's where I would like to go travel some more. I've been to Scotland once. I'd like to go to Wales. I'd like to go to the United Kingdom. I'd like to go to London. I'd like to go to Paris. I'm not too anxious to go to places that don't speak English, which is probably stupid, but it's kind of scary to me. But yeah, a lot of people love to travel. Got any other? Flight alone to Europe is $1,000. So what we want to do is help you find your dream, live the life you want to live. Maybe it's helping your children. Maybe a friend of mine has a disabled child. They have some financial stresses that the average person doesn't run into. And maybe you want to be able to help your friends or your family who have those kind of situations. Through digital marketing and earning that secondary income, that is possible. Jenna and I, who's my business partner, are firm believers in helping others. We want to help others as much as we can. We had a renter that we were going to move them in on June 1st, and they were living in a house full of mold. And they said, please, we'll double the rent. We'll prorate. We'll pay rent over there and we'll pay rent over here. We need to move. We need to get our kids out of this mold. And so we sucked it up and did what was required and got them in the house. I think all of us at any point in time, have in our nature a helpful gene. Yeah, it's normal to be selfish. I'm going to spend my money on me first. I'm going to spend it on my family second, and then I'm going to be helpful to other people. But sometimes I have made sacrifices to be helpful. And now through this digital marketing, we can help more people than ever before. All right. So the fourth step, after you've got a great product, you've set it up, you've got it automated, you've discovered who your audience is, who your perfect customer is you've got to be able to relate to them. This is called stop the scroll. I can barely write when I'm using a pencil and paper, but this is a little bit also stressful. Stop the scroll. How do you stop people? How do you get them to stop from scrolling past you, listen to what you have to say, and be willing to ask questions, be willing to interact with you, be willing to learn what you've got to share. So my friend Victoria, when she's on here, and I don't think she's on here yet this morning, my friend Victoria always likes to tell me I'm too salesy and not personable enough. Whoops, I just hit a button, Jenna. I don't know what I did. You might want to redo that. So I'm not trying to be salesy. I want to be personable. I want to tell you about the product that we have. I want to answer any questions that you might have about that. And let's see, I've got Rana and Ramin. Welcome to the live. Glad to have you here. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you up there. I don't know if Jenna can ask if Jenna can fix that, but I am technically challenged, and yet I am making this business work. You can do this business without any tech savvy. You don't have to have a large investment. It helps you get your time freedom. I like to work in a block of time, but you can also take 10 minutes here and 15 minutes there and 20 minutes there. Sorry. And do your business in the different sets of time blocks that you have. And because I'm forgetful, I've got me some notes down here. Oh, a lot of people, it's real important to them to get paid daily. You don't have to have a job where you work 2 weeks and then you have to wait 2 weeks for them to process payroll and then you get paid. You can get paid daily. If you're helping people and getting them started on this, then you can get paid daily. And that's very important to a lot of people. You need a computer, laptop, or iPad or phone. You have, it's not an MLM. We talked about that. Oh, here's the other thing. It's rejection free. You do not have to hear anybody tell you no. Because you've got it automated, they put their email in. They learn a little bit more through what the emails that we send them. They'll get an opportunity to watch a webinar and find out a little bit more about it. And then they either hit the button that says, yeah, I want to do this. Or they just say, maybe not now. But I don't hear that. I don't have to listen to be told, no, my product's not what they want. It's not a scam. I heard someone say the other day, an acronym for scam was still confused about money. So if you think this is a scam, you're still confused about money. We have people in our community who are making 6 and 7 figures. The one that I like to follow the most is Victoria Roman. You can probably find her on TikTok and follow her. She made like 300,000 in 9 months. Now, do I think everybody can do that? No, I don't. But is it possible? Heck yeah, it's possible. There's another lady who's my age. I'm 63. I'll just be honest about it. And she made 6-figure income in 6 months. So that's us. We're going 6 figures by December, and we're going to do it in the $200,000 range. So if you would like to learn from us, join our group, be part of what we do, then we would love to have you. Can anybody put a question in the comments? I do not know what I'm doing here, but I got to get rid of that so I can see. Hi, hello. I appreciate y'all being on here. I appreciate your having a little patience with my technically challenged self. But that's one thing that I think is very important for anybody to know. You can be technically challenged and still make it work. You can be have a full-time job and still make it work, because you're going to work the 2 to 3 hours a day, and you do it on your own time. You do it whenever it suits you. And things are good. Can y'all still hear me? Yay or nay? I am Sonia says disconnect and start the live over. Jenna, do I need to do that? I don't know what's going on. I pushed the wrong button somewhere. End the live and start over. Done. Okay.
Jenna Brown.
Hey.
Hey, I don't know. Like, I couldn't even click on those people to like get rid of them. I have no idea what happened.
I pushed a button somewhere, but should I go ahead and start over and talk some more?
I don't know.
We got 2 or 3 minutes. Let me just start it over and see what we got, but they're gone now, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to start the live over. That's because I am technically challenged and I did push some button that messed up the feed. So I'm not sure what you may have missed. If you've got some questions about what we have discussed, we are talking about digital marketing, how you can benefit from digital marketing. Oh, I see somebody showing me on YouTube. Thank you. This is the first time I've gone live on YouTube. I'm glad to have you here. I'm sorry I probably sound a little bit confused and demented, and sometimes I am. Listen, our website is beingpoorsucks.com. You can find out about the digital growth community and how you can benefit from having a secondary income that provides hey Shelley or Shebri, through digital marketing, we're providing a second income that is helping us build a legacy for our families. And if you would like to do that, we would love to have you. We can help you build time freedom. We can help you build financial freedom. And you almost have to have financial freedom before you can have time freedom. But then you can travel when you want to. You can go to your kids' ball games when you want to. You don't have to worry about how am I going to fit in the time to do this? When am I going to do this? I talked to a potential customer the other day who said, well, but I already work 40 hours a week. You either make it happen or you don't. There's a lot of people that have worked 40 hours a week, had second jobs, gone to college at the same time. If you're not happy where you are and you have to make a change to be where you need to be, then digital marketing is one way to do that. $135,030 is the average income for a digital marketer. That's not the average income for everybody out in the street. You can't, I don't know, maybe you can. Can you get a job that's $135,000 if you're unskilled, if you just have a high school diploma? That's the beauty of digital marketing. You don't have to have any education level. We're going to teach you everything you need to know. You don't have to have a degree. It's an opportunity for anybody at any stage of their life. I'm looking to help people who are my age and are getting ready to retire and realize that they don't have enough money ready to retire because the economy crunched our money. My money used to be worth a lot more, and now it is not worth this much because the economy made the dollar worth about, 70 cents. I don't know the exact inflation figures, but we set a benchmark to retire. We reached our benchmark. We've surpassed our benchmark, and we just still don't have enough money. We could retire if one of us was ill or had to do that, but it's not going to allow us to lead the kind of life that everybody wants to live in retirement. Having this second income is very much going to help us meet the dreams that we have for our family members. So I do want to apologize if you were on earlier. I hit a button that messed things up and put other people on it. I'm technically challenged, still making this business work, and I can't see worth a hoot. So I'm looking down here, and there's a big button, and I think, oh, am I supposed to push that? Duh. No, I wasn't supposed to push that. Sorry. But let's see. Last unicorn joined. Hey, glad to have you. We're talking about being poor, sucking, and having secondary income, making money off of digital online marketing. And if you're my age, you might recognize better that it just means advertising. We always called it advertising. And then marketing was a better word. And if you look it up in Wikipedia, they give a smidge difference in the definitions. But basically, what we're doing is teaching our customers how to market online, which means advertising. Market digitally, which means advertising online for an income. We have 3 types of customers. The first customer would be the small business. Maybe you've got a small travel agency you're trying to expand upon. Maybe you've got a reunion business. Maybe you're a plumber and you need to get the word out that you're providing these services and get people to join you. So that's the first customer. They can benefit from everything we've got. Maybe you're the kind of customer that wants to build your own digital empire, maybe you're really good at macrame and you want to teach others how to do macrame online. Well, we have modules in there that teach you how to build your own course. So she quit both her jobs. That's how successful she was at it. And I fully believe if you go all in, you absolutely can do that. I'm going to have it done by December. I'm giving myself a little bit of time because I'm a little bit older than some people and I'm a little bit slower to learn. And sometimes I can't. I watched the video 3 or 4 times this morning and I finally called Jenna and I said, you got to help me understand what she's trying to say because based on what I think I'm hearing, we're doing something wrong and we need to correct that. And Jenna called me back and said, no, what you're hearing is X and what she actually said was Y. So that helped a bunch. But anyway, let's talk about the community. We have over 18,000 people in the community and the community has made over $3 million in the last 27 days. Now that statistic has probably changed a little bit, but that's how in demand our product is. That's how successful our people are. We are getting out there, sharing the word, getting people on a wonderful product, on an automated system, teaching them how to discover their audience, teaching them how to relate to their audience. And the 5th, I didn't forget, the 5th thing is your customer. New customer. On your automated system, what happens is they go through the system. Whoops. Dang it. Sorry. They go through the system. Oh, they learn what they need to learn. And if they don't decide to participate right away for whatever reason, maybe they got to wait till payday, then it just circles back and it sends them something different to keep them up to date. We have webinars, free webinars once a week that teach us everything we need to know. It's a tool which we can invite other clients to and potential customers to. They can get their questions answered because I'm somebody that really likes my hand to be held. I'm somebody that says, yeah, you kind of answered my question, but that wasn't my question exactly. I'm going to raise my hand and get my question answered. So you may not be that kind. You might just lurk in the shadows, which is okay because there's still a lot to be learned from the questions that do get asked and do get answered. So the live webinars are the place to be. If you are thinking about this and you are not sure, the best way to get on the live webinar is to go to beingpoorsucks.com, giving us your email address, and we will send you the link to the live webinar where you can ask all the questions that you want to ask. Once you're in our system, you can email us directly and say, hey, I didn't get my question answered on the webinar, or I've got a different question, or you can ask us anything. Once you start communicating with us via email, we're there for you. We're just going to hold your hand, walk you through it as best we can. If you think you're not tech savvy, they have tech webinars and replays Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can participate in one of the webinars on a Tuesday or a Thursday, or if that's not possible with your current work schedule, then you can watch the replay and get your question answered. And in this community that has 18,000 people, you can just go in. We've got 7 or 8 topics across the top, and you just go in and you say, I got a question about blah. Somebody will answer you. Somebody will answer you who knows. And if they don't have the knowledge, they'll say, okay, listen, I don't know how to get that answer, but I know that Amy knows that answer. So contact Amy so-and-so, and she can help you. So there's really the only thing I think holding you back, maybe, is fear. Is fear holding you back? Is fear keeping you from being successful? Because a lot of success rests on the other side of fear. Was I afraid to get on here and show my face? Yes. Was I afraid that somebody was going to laugh at me or make fun of me? Yes. Did I care? Yes. But you know what? I decided that my family and my legacy was more important than any fear that I felt. And I cringed when my sister-in-law found me. I was like, no, but she's sweet. She's never said a word. She just follows along, gives me a thumbs up every once in a while. If she showed my brother, then I expect to get some teasing about it. But I don't care. If I'm making it in the six figures and building a legacy for my family, why would I care? Mark's doing that. I'm sorry, my brother's doing that. We're all doing that. We all want the best for our family, and we do the best that we can to get it there. So don't be afraid. Don't let fear hold you back. All right, let's talk about money. If you don't have $100 to get started, you definitely need this program. And we have PAY, MENT plans. If you don't have $100 to get started, if you don't have an extra $100 to invest in your future, you need this plan. Maybe you're ready to jump in at the $900 level. Maybe you want to build a legacy for your family also. And there's a couple of levels in between there. So really and truly, I think the breakdown, I don't know the breakdown, but anyway, you can get PAY, MENT plans, and you got a little extra each month to put towards that. You can start earning as you're learning and getting out there, sharing the business. You do not have to know all that you think you need to know to begin with. You don't. You don't have to know it all. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be committed to putting in the time to learn. You have to be coachable. And you have to be excited about learning a new skill set. 2 to 3 days a day, 2 to 3 hours a day is what we promote as being the optimal time to do the income earning activities. Now, I've told y'all earlier, I'm a little bit slow to learn sometimes these days as I'm a little bit older. So sometimes I watch a training video 2 to 3 times to learn it. Yes, that takes up part of my day. But if you're still young and fast, you don't have to do that, whatever. But the income earning activities are what takes 2 to 3 hours. We do free ads, we do content, we do stories, and we do lives. And this is the avenue or venue that we use to share the good news. You do not have to live paycheck to paycheck any longer. You do not have to postpone your retirement indefinitely. You do not have to worry about where that next bill is going to come from. You don't. There's a way out of that hole, and we can help you find it. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to just open it up. Oh, I lost my YouTube viewer. Okay. Maybe next time. I'm just proud of myself for having YouTube going at the same time. All right. I know that TikTok tends to push out notifications once we've been doing a live for more than 30 minutes. So we're going to stay a little bit longer. And let me make sure I've talked about everything. I feel like I have. So to be more personable, to tell you a little bit more about Jenna and I met Jenna at a real estate meeting. I'm going to say 7 years ago. She had just gotten married, and we were both trying to learn how to be real estate investors. And we worked together. We gave each other courage. We gave each other a second brain. We gave each other a little bit of extra money. That was not a cheap avenue to pursue. I loved it. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we're doing something else now. But we started flipping houses. And over the past 5 or 6 years, I don't know how many we flipped, but these last 2, when the interest rate changed and people stopped buying houses, started costing us money. So we had to make some changes and do that. Since we've met, at the time she lived in Baton Rouge. I'm sorry. She lived here in Lake Charles where I live. She now lives in Baton Rouge, but in between she moved to Beaumont. when Hurricane Laura hit our community really hard and really strong. My husband and I came back after the hurricane, but we didn't have water. We didn't have electricity. And so I would drive to Beaumont. The road was clear to Beaumont. And I would say, Jenna, can I come do laundry? And so I would go to her house and do laundry, take a shower, and then come back over here and live in misery as they got things put back together. But she's now living in Baton Rouge. I've driven over there to see her. She comes over here to see me. She has 2 beautiful children that I consider I won't say my first grandchildren, but and foe's not the right word, my foster grandchildren. I love those children. They're so sweet and so cute. Her little boy is more energy than I can stand, and I'm so glad that God gave me girls. I know not everybody can appreciate that, but God gave me girls, and I'm very thankful for that. So, Jenna, I noticed you didn't get on here with me other than to moderate, so we're apparently still dealing with some technical difficulties there. But she was in the Army for 11 years. She's been married 8 years. Has the 2 small children. They live in Baton Rouge. I still live in Lake Charles. My grandbabies live in North Arkansas. I'm from Arkansas to begin with and going to be going back to Arkansas. So I don't see any additional guests popping on. I am Sonia. I see you there. Thank you very much for coming and watching. I hope I've answered any questions you might have. She is requesting to join. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that's putting you in there now. Anybody else have any questions about digital marketing? There you are. I can't hear you. Can you talk now? Still can't hear you. Okay. Thank y'all for your patience in my technical limitations. So again, I want to say it's a learning curve for me, and I'm going to learn it because we are successful at this. We are going to be in the 6-figure income by December in the 200,000 range because I want 100,000. She wants 100,000. We're going to make it work. So if you are TikTok savvy or technically savvy, you're ahead of the game. But even if you have none of those skills, you can learn with us. You can learn. There's a YouTube video out there for everything. And we're always happy to help anybody. Like I said, once we get your email in the beingpoorsucks.com, if you go to the link in our bio or just put your email in there, then we can converse back and forth email. I don't converse much on TikTok because there's a lot of people out there you just don't want to converse with. Let's just put it like that. I want to interact with them, but I want to do it on my terms through email. I feel a little bit, I don't want to say unsafe on TikTok, but because I'm bad about pushing buttons and I don't always know what they're going to do, I could see myself easily getting in trouble. So I just don't do that. If you're previous military and you want to have a reunion, go to ateasereunions.com. Jenna can help you set up a reunion. If you want to travel, go to GEAUX travel. That can be beneficial, but more than anything, if you want to join our digital marketing team, go to beingpoorsucks.com, join us, and we will get you the information you need to be successful. So since we're not having any interaction and our time is limited, I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll be here again tomorrow at 12:30. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more coordinated. Thank you.